our discussions yesterday. Number one, game number two, despite the rocky game number three, despite the rocky start to it, they got their condition and they were clear with it, as you mentioned, Emma. But Finn, Moreno, Nile, and Shogun, all of them were fantastic in the series. They played yesterday against Vamos, so that it's safe to really look at them as the favorites heading into this game.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very safe, a very safe prediction if in case. And the reason why I say that is BTR have performed well in the most recent international tournament, MSC, up until the point that they lost against a Filipino team, Falcons. I think that there was a little bit of a change
from all of the games. There's one hero who's popped out a little bit more in terms of the pace, and that's Glue in the Rome.
Glue in the Rome. And is it because Atlas and Derek have always been like the match that we always look at, and then whenever one of them is banned, the other one can run free? Like when Atlas is banned, of course Derek becomes, his tier becomes very, very high, it becomes S tier. But the way that you mitigate that is to look for another option, which in this case is the Glue. The problem is what is happening now.
Yeah. Actually, looking back at it, you pointed that out when he was the bands where we saw the Glue pop up. It's in games where one of the two are gone, whether it's the Atlas or Valorant. So it seems like it might be the third string option. There's one main option that we must not forget, of course, Marcel does pop up a lot in the bans and in the major trades, and I feel like generally it's just a good hero to get for yourself. But if any team on the blue side decide to let go of it and would be willingly giving the Marcel to the red side team, I would be scared of that.
Yeah. And in this scenario, both of the Atlas are not only the Atlas was available, but also Marcel is open. BTR just straight up banned the Vigara. Cannot understanding that there is no positive trade to them. And look at how people are now reacting against BTR after watching that first series. Melissa is now priority ban for BTR. Against BTR, I mean. This is not a thing definitely because there's a lot of things that you have to consider. You still have to think about Marcel, you still have to think about the Atlas, was the Derek, and the Valentina to a certain regard. So that is a free ban that BTR will always enjoy whoever they face.
It's going to make it a little bit tougher for the trading too. Well, come to think of it, taking out a hero that isn't exactly one of the S tiers, if you want to chase right out of the bat, opens up a lot of options very quick. It went straight from banning out the Selena to an instant fan ban by Foot Esports, one of the heroes that we mentioned. And again, we should be very scared of the team willingly giving up the Marcel as the first pick, especially when it's the Valentina they choose to prioritize instead.
How crazy BTR has been reacting. Definitely Foot Esports will be shocked in his first pick. Atlas, Derek, Marcel. What do you think now? And BTR felt like there are way too many options. Let's pick a hero that will answer all of that. And that definitely is the Valentina. I like the idea of the Uranus though. I believe that Foot Esports have chosen the perfect hero to be the perfect blind pick hero, which is the Uranus, because really he's not scared of anything just yet. Marcel is a good pick overall, so that means that BTR, even when the Barrett is available, they will second guess picking that up. Without any Fanny, Nolan, as well as the Harley might be the priority here for BTR. Instead they go for the Papito as well as the Atlas. Really understandable. I wonder why they went for the Papito, because it does not answer both the Uranus as well as the Marcel.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious now that you're most likely going to consider this for either one of the carry positions for the gold or jungle as the main go-to here. It might be too tough to play in the jungle that you might have already just showed your ammo card. Let's see if we have anything else to pull out of the bag. Foot Esports,
I guess it will also make them think twice about banning out the Esmeralda. Even though it'd be great against them, you mentioned the Harley does get picked up. They have the Uranus and EXP. I guess it's like just for a quick hezzy for foot. Like, oh, do we still ban the Esme? Are we confident that this potato can still go XP? Doesn't really need to. They still have mid and gold. They need to pick up. They will be the first pick on the swing back. Might be good for them to lock in their mid laner and then just adjust their gold lane pick depending on how Bigetron by Vitality rounds out their draft to the blue side.
Yeah. Harley overall big Esports have managed to find their first 3 picks really well. What really just is scary is will they find a good gold laner to finish this off. So they will ban the Mlbb. That means that we might just see a typical Moscow going up against the Claude matchup. At the same time, the flex is scary for BTR because this Paquito can be played in the gold as well. Now, that being said, BTR can just take away the roam. Not even roam. Actually, the mid lane golds. Against a Valentina, you think always Gord or Jushin.
I have directions. Yeah. I like those two. Those would be really good for foot. Gord Harley has always been a terrific combo together. So that might be the prio. They pick out the Juicing. Maybe they might just commit both bans into the mid laner, but might be a little bit overkill. They need to consider at least one gold ban, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not reveal anything. One thing that will benefit them if they do focus on the gold lane bans like Claude, for example, is that you will really panic if you're in Esports. You might not have enough options in the gold lane. Let's just say the Claude is taken out, then where do you go next? You don't know where the potato is going. You can't just go for carry because carry forfeit, for example, that will not happen. They might even be required to last pick their gold laner because of how limited their options are and how scary the potato can be. So I'm gonna be bad, of course.
Alright. Seems like it's going to be hard. Makes sense. And wow. I mean, they wanted to
for BTR.
Yeah, exactly. That's what exactly what it feels like. The trauma is real, but I mean, they were able to show up with it. Oh, here's a classic combo. I wonder what Esports will think about just doubling down on all the combos for the Marcel. You get like a Kimmy in the mid, then you just get a Granger around. Yeah.
That could be an option, which means BTR has to brace themselves for that one. That means Ruby Ascension? Is this what they're going for?
It looks like it, yeah.
Okay, logical option. Unless they're not gonna send this Ruby to the EXP?
Oh no, it could. It's a place haven't done that.
Shogun did play it before. That means that people can still be this is just such a flex pick. But then again, they will reveal their jungle, so it's going to be higher. So Paquito in the jungle XP Ruby, Golden Path, Foot Esports can still go for the Granger. They might be scared of the Granger versus Harris matchup. It's still a skills matchup the way if you like it, but Granger overall is I would say a normal pick for Esports. Maybe the strangest that they can do is a Moscow or a Claude, but the Granger just rolls in nicely their composition.
Damage, poke, burst. Puts a lot of pressure on the XE and Lost Spec for sure, in terms of making sure the team is well picked out. Wait a minute! It's a gold lane Esmeralda!
And you know what I don't like about this?
What?
This is Foot Esports, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. No physical damage. This it has not worked before. I doubt it will work now. It's not like even the case of a gold lane carrot where it's like true damage that it's actually supplements. Marcel deals true damage for sure, but Uranus, Kimi, Esmeralda, Harley, there's some true damage in there for sure, but this is like way too much magic damage that anyone should be allowed with. I don't know, for esports, you better play perfectly, otherwise they can easily be taken out in this game number 1.
On the flip side, there's a chance, slim at that, for Foot Esports to suddenly just snowball with all of this magic. That's one of the strengths. But again, that's a big if. Historically, lineups like these have turned into magic damage lineups versus radiant armor versus Athenas. Those items will just stop everything that Foot would want to do. Well, not completely, but it will delay the effectiveness of their composition.
I don't like this at all, and there are so many good tests for the later numbers of the Athenas, especially because BTR waiting for the Paquito, waiting for the VP as well as this Atlas. And to be fair, you are already feeling the damage output of Foot Esports in the early stages.
This is what we're talking about when it comes to the magic damage competitions. They send the Uranus out. They understand that they have to operate through this timer. They have to play fast. They have to dominate early and get as much wins as they can. I'm pretty sure they're going to be hungry to get a quick kill on the Nile and delay the progress of this Paquito jungle as much as possible. Because if they cannot get those early wins, it's going to be a very harsh check towards their damage profile against the more balanced damage profile of BTR by Vitality. Prospect fades out a perfect match. Quick little stun there from Psyche mobilized. Prospect getting chased down, and that's the Marcel down. Let's see if the damage will be enough to turn things around. Next is going to be able to take a Shogun. Psyche takes down Miles. It looks like they might be able to do it here. Only a double kill for this Kimi.
Okay. When we asked for them to play perfectly well, they are playing so well and aggressively too. They're taking over the Turtle are now taking some of the jungle camps for BTR. Lots of it on this Marcel. It's always good that the Marcel is on a team that has very deep stomach because of this. Actually can set up more Niles are very tanky at this point, as well as Finn, but against Psyche as well as Godfrey, they're running down the Atlas. Atlas able to survive for that. But the fact of the matter remains, they have stopped Nail from farming, and they will keep on doing this. Want to steal away the orange. I think this is the way that you're playing. That you should be playing. Not only are you aggressive against heroes, but you're also oppressive in terms of controlling the jungle.
It feels like I'm watching a drive-by courtesy of Wizards. Instead of you're just hearing Aloha and whatever the hell spell you know, and it's working out. I mean, they're playing around with the position so well. I mean, this is why on the other side we do have our doubts around this competition, but Foot, on the flip side that we mentioned, they know what they're doing. They know that they have to play like this. They know that there's a timer of, oh man, once those magic defense items start showing up, we're not going to be able to do this. So it's a question of how fast can they get their items for their Harley. Maybe they'll put a Sky Piercer on either the Harley or the Kimi at this point, just so that you can get that extra little kill power to get that out. And it's perfect. They know what they need to do.
It seems like they have prepared for this specific moment. This is not their first rodeo. They felt like the Esmeralda can counter the Harriet, which is true. Nature of those heroes are like that up to a specific point. I will not disregard what BTR can do with this competition goal, but 2,000 gold is commanding for Foot Esports to have.
Golden Hour brought down here by Moreno as the Valentina Marcel cosplay. Just a delay. Beat up by Foot Esports, and here comes Foot with their Esmeralda and their Harley. Shogun takes a lot of damage. Finn going for Harley. Perfect match into the fight. The perfect combo. The damage. All of this magic. Drive by magic wand. And it's too much shots for BTR by Vitality to handle. You're a wizard, Foot.
Very commendable usage of the traction pulse. Amazing usage and piloting coming out from Bloodfed on this Marcel. Didn't have the golden hour in the class that they wanted with, but the way that he stunts and actually helps the teammate and the other members of Esports nail their skill shots by actually stunning their opponents is really good. Oh no! Great usage of the ultimate, but XC will be able to trade. Fortunately for Foot Esports, that was just a Marcel.
They didn't even think that RX trying to go after him, but it felt like at that point he got baited into it instead of committing an escape. But he didn't burn the Purify. He just paid for it with his life. XC now trying to focus on the turret and mid, gets cleared up by Finn and Moreno, did the minion waves. Foot Esports, I think it's starting to bite back onto them. It might be getting to the point where BTR by Vitality have the tools to answer this, but they know they have to continue this pace up until they realize they can't, then they need to start slowing things down.
Pulse committed. Sheldon is able to run away. I feel like Foot Esports in general, if they keep on taking away the jungle camps coming up from BTR, it means like BTR cannot get into the late game, and their late game will also take it out. Okay?
Perfect! Ultimate Fatal links in game, double kill there for Moreno was the setup of the century here for Bigetron by Vitality. Foot Esports were not ready for that. Admittedly, neither was I. Did not expect BTR would pull the trigger like that and make it look so clean. They take 3 down and they'll get turtle number 3. Unless Kazue is crazy enough to try, he's way too far. Maybe Foot might just try, but Bigetron will be able to take this very quickly.
With the best. Bloodfed is here though. Going for 3 moments, doesn't have the golden hour. Just give away the turtle for that. RX wants to chase as well as Kazue, but it seems like the BTR have just gotten out just in time. And I think that this is Bloodfed just making sure that he will keep on having the Thunderbelt stacks. It is important for Foot Esports to put their foot on the gas when it comes to taking the jungle, but they cannot give away big team fight bets onto BTR, just like what happened in the bottom lane. This time they will try to push bottom instead of taking the orange. Now will secure his orange and will eventually get to his purple buff. But the reward for Foot Esports there was to get that push onto the bottom lane.
Moreno has been stellar in this game. 4-1-1, double kill in the last big fight. And Foot, it might just be reaching the point that fork in the road in terms of whether or not they can make this lineup work. They're getting pushed back. Little by little, the capability of their lineup to bully BTR by Vitality into submission into their side of the jungle is happening less and less. So maybe 1 or 2 big team fights to solidify whether or not Foot can still do this early on, because the longer this stretches out and the tankier in terms of match defense like the members of BTR by Vitality get, the worse it gets for Foot. Finn decides to go forward. The fatal links gets got a little bit, but blocks Finn. He's not going to be able to survive that onslaught. It is getting to that point. They're way too tanky. The magic defense. Moreno with a targeting of the psychic forcing out. The Kimmy. Kazue gets spotted out here by Niall. He's going to chase him down. The Spaghetti going after the hurry. Full on combo. Fork in the road and it's gone to the way of BTR by Vitality. Right in time for your number 1.
The moment that Foot Esports formation was broken down by BTR because of that snag. With the fatal links committed to just 1 hero, it was enough. BTR, they understand the scenario. Foot Esports has to be complete as 5 when they wanted to win the fight. But that does not happen. If they try to stake this Lord, they will be successful in doing so. Bloodfed will be able to run away. Every time that there is -1 coming out from BTR, Foot Esports will not be able to win the team fight. it will take the whole village of Foot Esports just to win. And BTR has found out that that is their secret. And what they'll do now is just to group up and take one after the other.
And BTR by Vitality's teamfight targeting, specifically Moreno on this Valentina, has been stellar. Single-handedly keeping Psyche away from that fight, getting 2 shadow strikes in towards the Kimmy, sending him out, and then suddenly it just looked really bad for Foot to fight into it. So BTR, even they themselves, they know their condition. It will reach that point, and we are finally there, where in the lineup of Foot is gonna greatly struggle against the lineup of BTR by Vitality. Part of the confusion, and even from my own perspective, I have to admit, is the fact that you can't really tell if it's Bloodfett or Moreno's golden hour that gets dropped by. Of course, you can see the sign of your play, but also obviously you are, from our perspective here, look at Emma right on the tower, doesn't care. Moreno gets the last hit, but it was the Harris dancing beneath tower number 1 in mid through his own Zaman Force that made that look easy. Foot Esports are getting dismantled. The Lord falls top side. BTR by Fit will continue their push, trying to take some tier 2 turrets.
It looked really good at the start, Mark. It looked like Foot Esports knew what they had to do, but okay, Shogun is no, Shogun might back because he's still able to land the ultimate to get one. RX will be able to run away. Good shutdown coming up from Foot Esports. They will need more of those if they want to get back into this game. Because as it stands, BTR are leading by a lot, and naturally the bottom lane as well as the top lane gets pushed by the big minions followed by BTR.
Everything falls now on this Kimmy for Foot Esports, for Psyche to stay alive as long as possible, start getting some items in. Cosway, of course, will be there with the deadly magics, and that's where you can start it off. But the survival of this Kimmy is important for them to be able to turn this game around back towards their favor. It's even out somewhat, as that little win in the center now allows Foot Esports to open up the map for the next big sequence. Moreno will have the golden hour of the Marcel ready for Bigetron by Vitality.
What this entails for Foot Esports is that they will need to go for this guy to play, looking for the target and more, but Bloodfett already showed himself. Kazaway is here. Shogun, not the best target, but if Psyche can participate in fight, it's going to be bad already. The golden hour is being exchanged. There's going to be a big -1 coming out from BTR. They were able to protect their Esmeralda and more.
Without the Esmeralda, they lose a major frontliner, and they jump now onto XC, who's trying to hold, but is not going to be able to. The two members of Foot Esports down. Bigetron by Vitality has found an opening. Psyche is now left behind. Around the Lord, Bloodfett, the Cosway trying to reposition better for the team. Bloodfett goes after Haman. So Psyche just has a little bit more room, but now is looking towards the Kimmy. So it's inbound. 3 versus 5. This is going to be too tall a task for BTR by Vitality. Unless somehow they can get close enough. Looks like Cosway is positioning. They will back off. Bigetron by Fit gets low number 2.
Massive pick-off and then followed up by another one. BTR is way too good when it comes to their positioning around the map. And they're dismantling Foot Esports. We talked about how Foot Esports needs together. They talked about how they should be the one oppressing the jungle of BTR, but all of that gonna be denied by BTR from that bottom lane win. They were down by 2,000 gold, but one fatal list that caught 3 members of Foot Esports that had purified, by the way. Still wasn't enough. It's because of Finn, it's because of Moreno. And now BTR by Vitality, they're poised to take the top lane turret.
The Golden Hour gets dropped down now. Shogun got that really low, but goes in, gets out of the mark, Kazaway gets spotted out by the rest of Bigetron. Right under the tower, the Lord pushing in. No more Harley for Foot. Is it going to be enough? Because the Uranus is not fatal. The link from Finn is perfect. A slow dismantling into the harsh reality. Bigetron by Vitality have taken game number 1 despite the great start by Foot.
When we talked about the draft, we were really scared for the composition of FUT Esports, focusing on magic damage. You also mentioned that it will only take the Radiant Armor or a Clean Shield or a couple of magic defensive items for BTR to take over this game. They did that, for sure. But the timing was just so right in the bottom lane where they were able to find 3 kills out of nowhere. Nile was having a lot of trouble securing his farm. The Harriet was not being activated. There were so many kills onto this Atlas, but eventually BTR have found the perfect teamfight to get the game back around in their favor. And afterwards they have identified all they had to do was to get
the recognition of your conditions. Know what you need to do, and then you'll be able to start taking it. Early on, FUT Esports, you know that they have that early game damage going very well for them. This is very tailored to them and their own understanding of this metagame. And yes, this lineup does well in the early, and there's a chance you can go snowball out of control here. But if you want to do that snowball, I was wondering, and please correct me if I'm wrong, there was not a single Skycursor built by anyone in the team. I believe they were thinking, okay, you don't need to build Skycursor because it's the Harley anyway, in a way it's sort of the same. But if you really want to double down on the idea of winning it early, you gotta put that Skycursor, though greedy as it sounds, on that Kimmy. Get those stacks, and it makes it so much harder for Bigetron to eventually turn it around. Like around this moment, imagine if they had a Skycursor, it would be way too risky for them to try and take. And this was the moment right here, where Fit, with a flicker and fatal links, slowly then got to bring Bigetron by Vitality into this game to this point, where FUT Esports just could not get a footing anymore.
And afterwards, it's just a slew of -1, -1. FUT Esports is cannot regain their composure. Golden Hour on point in more coming from that, but Red just copies it, so he throws it back to FUT Esports. He's ever so reliable on this that aim. At least once, still on this BTR. BTR are at that level right now of confidence. Should be difficult for FUT to back from. Well, at least this is the hardest lesson to those kind of competition. It just can't.
Over time, yeah, look at that. Radiant Armor, Radiant Armor, Radiant Armor. And that was it. That was game. It was so difficult for FUT to get one. They needed to commit a lot of damage onto whoever gets hit by the Deadly Magics. The time Shogun got picked off in the mid, they needed a little bit of help from the turret as well, alongside that. And then they didn't have any more resources onto anyone else. If you want to make this work, you have to have Skycursor in some way. There's no way of skirting around that. Get the glowing one, sure, but after that, get the Skycursor. Hell, rush the Skycursor if you have to, because it's a clear idea of what you want to do early on. Yeah.
Very unfortunate. I hope that this is the last time that they will try this.